Hello buddy, it's Edwina from Minecraft Orchard. Okay, how's your Preptober going? Is it going good or bad or what? Are you doing it or not? Let me know. I'm still plodding on, shall we say, with my prepping and thinking about things. I need to sit down, and this weekend coming should be a lot less activities going on, so I should be able to get a couple of really good hours of planning and story working. But I just thought I'd come on and show you what I've been doing to try and find how I'm going to find the time to write in November. Now let me first explain. I am I'm a mom of a 7-year-old, so we are still doing lots of activities. He's very active and needing his mom. I run 2 businesses. I run a business with my husband. I also run my YouTube channel, and I teach crafts, and I run craft club twice a month and twice a week, so I've got 2 different groups going. Plus I run the home and do all the cooking, cleaning, blah blah blah. I'm not busy really, and as I've said before, writing's the last thing on my list of things to do. So the biggest issue I have with NaNoWrMo and with Preptober is actually finding the time to sit and write or sit and prep and all of those sort of things. So I've given it a bit of thought, and I'd like to tell you how I've sort of come up with a bit of a plan of how to find that time. So the first thing I've done is I've done a week's worth of time tracking. So what time I've got up, what a rough idea of what I've been doing during those days and the weekends. And I actually did this. I had my cold and flu and COVID jab, which meant I didn't feel very well for 48 hours. And I did that intentionally because if at any time I do get a cold or I'm feeling unwell or I'm just having an off day, it allowed me to sort of reflect that in my time tracking. I also did it to ensure that I was running craft clubs as well, because on the Saturdays that I'm not running craft club, I've actually got sort of 3-hour session there where I could set that aside to do writing instead of teaching, if that makes sense. So let me just do a quick run through of what I've actually discovered from my time tracking. I would recommend this. Just pick a week and write down just a rough idea of what you're doing, so you can go back and say, well actually I could write there. I could, instead of doing that, I could do this. So a couple of mornings I woke up quite early. I've got a 6 o'clock and a couple of 5 o'clocks, and I did planning and journaling. Well, and my son gets up around 7. That's a good 2-hour chunk, and I'm a morning person anyway, so I could use that instead of planning and journaling and all of those sort of things. I could do all that pre-planning. I could pre-plan and use that as a writing time. So that's the first thing. If I do early starts is the first thing I found. If I'm not running craft club on the Saturday mornings, I could use that time to write as well. And evenings, once we've all had tea and the washing up's done and all those sort of things, everyone sort of settles down, we watch telly, and that's, you know, bit of gaming maybe. So instead of gaming I could write, instead of watching telly I could do writing. But it is a balancing act, you know. If you've got children, you have work to do, you have got social activities you can't change, you need to make time elsewhere, and it is going to be a sacrifice. For instance, Tuesdays and Thursdays every week, so Thursday is today, so Tuesdays I have a TV night where I put Harry to bed, and then I sit in our bedroom and I have my own TV. I watch things I think I've just finished watching the Scorpion series, you know, and things like Jurassic Cretaceous camp and things like that my husband doesn't want to watch, and I do. So I could sacrifice that couple of hours on an evening to do writing instead of watching my own TV. I will keep the one either Tuesday or Thursday, but the other one I could use to write. If I need to, I could use both, if I'm behind. So there's that as well. So sacrifice some of my personal time, change things around. So instead of gaming, I'm writing. Is the sort of thing as I'm looking at. The other thing that I was thinking is, and I know it sounds sneaky, when I've taken Harry to school on the school run, instead of coming straight home, I have sit in the car and write for 10 minutes. Or when I come back from craft club, instead of coming straight home, I sit in the car and have an extra 20 minutes of writing time. But the only way I'm going to do that is being mega prepared and making sure I've got my writing stuff with me. If that makes sense, you've got to be prepared, and you've always got to have some sort of writing implement with you to be able to do that and plan ahead. So it is a bit sneaky, not coming home quite quicker than quickly, but it means I'm in the car, I'm on my own, I can use the quiet time to get thoughts down, to ask myself questions and all of those sort of things. The other thing I'm going to do by looking at all of this is asking my husband, because it is only me and him who look after Harry, to maybe have Harry for a couple of hours on the Saturday and Sunday where I'm not, instead of having family time, I'm going to do writing time and ask him to look after him for a couple of hours, or if you've got parents or aunts or uncles or something, maybe ask them to babysit just for a couple of hours while you sit with your journals, sit with your writing and get some words on paper. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Again, it all depends on energy levels. It all depends on being a bit sneaky, asking for time to do this and sacrificing, TV, gaming, normal planning, journaling time, getting up early or staying up late, depending on if you're a morning or an owl, as they call it, a lark or an owl, to do this. It's as simple as that. If it's something that you want to do, then you will make the time to do it. And because I don't make the time any other time of the year, November is the year, the month that I am going to say, well, if this is what I want, this is what I've got to do. It's as simple as that. If you have any suggestions on where else I can squeak out the odd 10 minutes or 15 minutes or, some decent writing time during November, then let me know in the comments down below. Tell me, how are you going to do it? Comment, tell me, how do you intend to find the time, the odd 10 minutes, the odd 5 minutes to sit down and have a good couple of hours. I'm not a full-time writer. I can't spend all day leisurely writing. It's as simple as that. I have jobs, I have family, I have commitments that have to be done. So, comment, let me know. If you like this idea, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my Preptober ideas and plans, as well as NaNoWrMo, I'm not going to be doing diaries, but I will do a few videos on how I'm getting on and that sort of thing. Plus, my craft orchard, I do planning and journal ideas, videos. I have a planner supply challenge running. I do Kanban. I have a Kanban book which will be updated the next couple of weeks. So if you're looking to look at, if you're interested in any of that, then please subscribe. I would love to have you part of my craft orchard community. So I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.